Guys, this is a very exciting shipping video that we've got for you today, because this is the day that we are going to assign serial number 10,000. So I'm going to do it at the end of the shipping video. We're going to look at these beautiful guitars here, but at the end of this we're going to go into the office, we're going to sit down into production manager's chair, and we're going to assign serial number 10,000. And I'm also going to tell you what serial number 10,000 is going to be. So that's a really special one. You got to watch this video. But the real reason you got to watch this video is because of all the guitars that have come on the way to 10,000. You know, these are the guitars that we've produced in the past week. And this in many ways is the culmination of what we've been doing for the last 25 years. You know, the beautiful guitars that you see here, the variety of them, the quality of them, that's really what we've been working to on our road to 10,000. And over the last few weeks we've been looking at some of the stories that have come before, things like the very first guitar that we ever built for Steve Vai, the Ultra guitar, the Bahamut Dragon guitar, Mickey Joe Hart's famous green guitar that went to the Eurovision, all these great stories. And it's just been really stimulating to think about the past and think where it's going to take us in the future. So jump in. But before I do that, I need to remind you guys, if you want to keep seeing our content, please do me a favor and subscribe to our channel. It's really, really important. It's getting harder and harder all the time for our content to be seen in the normal crazy and cluttered mess that is the internet nowadays. So if you want to see our content, you can do two things: subscribe to our channels on Facebook and YouTube, also subscribe to our newsletter, and you'll get that sent to you every week as well. So that's really, really important. Don't forget to do that. So this week we have a great selection of guitars here. Some real highlights. Everyone's a highlight really, but some very, very interesting product to show you. But we're going to start off with a really interesting one. Now, often we start off with the smallest guitars, and not so in this case, because this is the only space on our rack that can hold a Solace, and so that's why it comes here. Anyway, this one is going to Pierre in France. Solace is something that's very dear to my own heart. Just the style of it, the sound it makes, and how it all came about. But the Solace is a lap steel Weissenborn style guitar, played on your lap with a slide, and it just sounds absolutely stunning. It's a big jumbo body, so it's a really big full sound. A lot of those instruments in the past would have been quite small body, but this is a big bass resonant sound on it. This one's finished in black carbon fiber. It's got the Crevo humbucker there at the end of the bridge, or the end of the neck. It's also got the saddles, the Graphtec saddles, two volume controls. It's got the Shirtler tuners up here, which work fantastic. Beautiful black carbon, and I think actually we're going to insert a little section of Mark Black playing the Solace. So hope you enjoyed that. I just love the music that those guitars make. Now this one is going out to Adam in North Carolina. This is blue carbon on an X7. It's got the high vibe pickup system, blue carbon back and sides, black hardware, and it's a really beautiful guitar. It's our small body, short scale, 6-string guitar. It's a 24-inch scale, nice compact body, great proportions, and the X7 just really, really sounds fantastic. And with the high vibe pickup system, it's a really fantastic traveling guitar, because you've got all the built-in effects and sounds that you can get from the high vibe, and all you need is just this guitar. So that's going to North Carolina. Next one up is going to Kathy in Kansas, and this is another X7, and really fantastic detailing on here. This is Cocobolo. We were just talking about Cocobolo this week. We managed to get a batch of Cocobolo recently. It has been going very, very fast. We've gone through our stocks really quick. I don't think there's any really available in stock at the moment. So if you're interested in buying a Cocobolo guitar, I don't think we have any pre-made stock ones, but we do have the veneer available in the 3D builder, so you can go in there, find some Co.Donegal, build your dream guitar. So Co.Donegal veneer, really nice piece. I love this little light colored wood running down at the end of the fretboard. We've got the Celtic knots in silver on the fretboard, and a black carbon back and sides. Check that out. So that's going to Kathy. Then we've got Jesse in New Jersey. Had a similar idea, going with the Co.Donegal, and you know, you can see every piece of Co.Donegal is unique. The placement of how you choose to put it on the guitar means it's totally unique in placement for you as well. And this one is a really nice contrast between the dark wood and then that light center. So did I say Virtuo? Actually, this is an X10 Slimline. So it's this is the Virtuo, this is the X10 Slimline. Sorry, I can even get my own guitars confused. But yes, X10 Slimline with Co.Donegal. We've got the Crevo humbucker here, the Graphtec piezos, volume controls here, and then it's got just a single Celtic knot at the 12th fret. So, so if that's something that you want to do, you can't actually configure it like that on our website, but if you ask us, that's something we can do for you. You know, if you want something that's just really subtle but using our standard design, that's possible. Now the other key feature on this one, it's got the slotted headstock for steel string, and so it's basically the same style of headstock that we use for our nylon guitars, but with tuners that are designed for steel strings, and it gives a real nice signature look. It's a really beautiful instrument, and well done, Jesse. Back and sides is amber, goes great with that Co.Donegal. Really like that. So now we're going to the Virtuo. This is going to Roberto in Switzerland, and this is the Virtuo with black quilted maple. And I was actually looking on the website as well on our stock. We're really depleted in completed stock guitars in black quilted maple, but it's a very, very popular finish, and we're going to get more on there as soon as we can, but we do have it available on the 3D builder again. But black quilted maple with black hardware, the Celtic knots in white on the fretboard. That's actually really nice. Just pops and contrasts very nice with the black and white together. Black carbon back and sides. So, so what do you guys think of the Virtuo? Have you been playing one? I'm sure if you're watching, there's going to be a few of you watching that have been playing Virtuos. Let us know the kind of way you've been using them and connecting them. It's a really, really stunning instrument. Now, this one's going to Jeff in British Columbia. Again with the quilted maple. Large pattern quilted maple here, which is fantastic. Again with the black hardware. And the back and sides on this one, oh, pardon me for the fingerprints on this, needed to get a wipe down. But red carbon back and sides on that one as well. So really nice, that contrast between red carbon and the black quilted maple top. So now from the Virtuo we're going to an X20. This one's going to Andy in Kent, and I love the styling on this one too. So the X20 over the last 10 years has become our best-selling guitar. Now this month Virtuo is kind of kicking its ass a little bit, but traditionally over the last number of years, the X20 has been our most popular model, and it's because of its great all-round tone. It's got that great balance between mids, bass and trebles. It works great for finger picking, works great for strumming, so it just does a lot of things really well. And it's got that really nice ergonomic body, very nice contours. Just, it's a nice guitar to hold, feels great. So this one is finished in Co.Donegal as well, and it's got the light strip running down the center, which really gives that nice dramatic definition to the top. But I love the fretboard inlay. So we've got the black vines and then the red dots. And I love adding those colors, and the colors on the fretboard just really add this extra pop and really add something to it. But the black against the black carbon, I think it really works too. So you've got, you know, jet black that's more gloss finish, and then you've got the satin carbon finish of the fretboard. So while it's both sort of the black shades, I mean, it really does stand out, but in a nice subtle way. Back and sides of this is black carbon with black hardware, and again, another beauty. So next up is going to James in Virginia, and James has come back for yet another guitar from us, and this one is American Walnut. And I've been loving this American Walnut as it comes through because it's got almost like a chevron pattern running through it. The grain runs up and down, but whatever way this sort of the flame has been running through this, when we book match it, it gives this really nice chevron effect. So it's really fantastic, beautiful coloration. And this one is finished with a vibrant amber back and sides. So the vibrant just really has a real pop to it, very bright color. And the pickup system here is the graph tape piezos with the K&K Pure Minis inside. Now we're moving up a step from our X20s up to the big X30, and this was going to Luisito in California. Now again, this is Co.Donegal. Looks very different, you know, to the other ones here, but that's mainly because of how it's been cut and book matched. So it doesn't have any of the lighter colored wood in the center. So you've got the all dark wood in this, and a beautiful nice V that's running down the center. A lot of color, a lot of different character in that top. Amazing piece of Co.Donegal again. We've got the white rings on the fretboard. Nice subtle detail going on there on the fretboard. Black hardware, and then a black carbon back and sides. And pickup system's a high vibe. We can't say enough good things about the high vibe pickup system, and again, I can't say enough good things about the overall X30. It's the guitar I think I was the most proud of when I heard it for the very first time. I set off a number of years ago to redesign our X30. We built the molds, built the very first guitar, and it was really only after hearing the very first guitar that I knew what it was going to sound like. So you're a long way invested in a project before you actually get to hear it for the very first time, after all the molds are made. But truly, when the first drum on the X30, it blew me away, and just such a big, full, rich sound, and that's exactly what I was going for. So it's a large, big jumbo body, but it has a big jumbo sound. So we're very proud of the X30 here. So another X30 is going out to Kelly in Utah. And this one is Harborica. Now, Harborica is something we just don't seem to have any more of. I've been struggling to find it. Hopefully I can get some again, but it's really been tough to find. But Harborica has this great iridescence to it. When we put a transparent color over the top, you get this amazing pop, and yeah, it really catches the light beautifully. So the dark wood becomes black, the lighter wood becomes the green, and it works fantastically. So an X30 green Harborica. The fretboard inlays is the vines, but with the infinity knot done in green, and as you can see, it's a great match. Just brings that color onto the fretboard. Green Harborica on the headstock, black hardware, and then a green carbon back and sides. So there's just a real nice glow to this whole guitar. Very nice green feel to it. Again, the high vibe pickup system, and yeah, that's a beauty, a real beauty. Now this one, check this out. This is going all the way to Australia to Gary, and Gary's a repeat customer, and thanks for coming back and ordering something so special. Yeah, I think this kind of wins this week for specialness. It's fantastic. It's our Synergy X20. So when you make a Synergy X20 harp guitar, it's always going to be special. Just the overall, you know, unusualness of it, the form, the shape, the drama that it brings is a very, very special instrument, and we're very proud to have it in our range. But then this veneer, Royal Ebony, an absolutely stunning piece of Royal Ebony. What a top! Very, very special. And then the pickup system that we've got going on here. So on the harp guitars, we like to use the individual saddles. Gives great string definition, stops some of the crosstalk between all the different strings on the top, but also it just really works on a harp guitar. We've got it combined with the Crevo humbucker here, and then the other thing we've got is 13-pin MIDI. So that's going to get some very interesting options here. You know, I can just imagine how you can do this. Essentially what you've got here is you've got a stereo output here. You can split the two necks. You can blend between these pickups, and then you've got another output coming from the 13-pin. So essentially you can have 3 outputs coming from this. Do something really experimental, very interesting, and make some amazing music. All controlled with the volume controls here on board, and then we've got the inlays. Inlays is gold vines, white infinity knot there on the 12th fret. And let's have a look at the back and sides. Yeah, kind of could only be one thing in this. It's got the vibrant amber back and sides, and goes really well with that. So very bright, glowing instrument with a lot of character, and I hope to hear it being played. Gary, I hope you can send us some videos of you playing that. It would be fantastic to hear it. Such a wonderful guitar. Now, let's see, well, let's start over on this side. So, this is going to Randy in Virginia. Apparently, this is Randy's 12th emerald. So, so that's quite a milestone. So, thanks, Randy, for being so connected to what we do and coming back for more. It's a pleasure to do that for you. So, this is an X20 with redwood burl. And you've got to just really get in close to see the detail on this top. It's got a very tight grain redwood burl, and it looks like it's, you know, some kind of crazy sinews that are right over the top. When you look down on it quite close, it's hard to believe it's flat. It looks like it's got so much depth. Hopefully in the camera we're able to actually see that, because you have to get in close. From a distance you wouldn't see that. But are you able to zoom in and actually focus on it properly to really see that top? It's really is something special. So so fantastic for you, Randy, to have got that one. Amber back and sides, and another beauty. And this one's pure acoustic, so there's no pickup in there, but it doesn't need it. It's got everything it needs there. Okay, so then we're going to Hubert in New Mexico, another X20. This one is finished with the amber carbon, amber back and sides, black hardware, and it's got our dual pickup system. So it's got the Graphtec piezo's with the K&K Pure Mini inside. So really nice pickup system that allows you to blend between the two, and yeah, it's a beauty. Now, we are getting close to the end of the video. Who's excited about Guitar 10,000? So this is going to Darlene in Singapore, and it's a beautiful X7. We looked at the X7s earlier. This one is Candy Stripe Padauk. Got the beautiful colors, the really nice warm reds going on there. It's got gold hardware, and it's got a vibrant red back and sides. Love that. Really, really nice. The high vibe pickup system, again, great fit for the X7. It's a great fit for all of our guitars, but works well on the X7. And then we've got the offset lines here on the fretboard, finished in gold. So beautiful X7 there, going to Singapore. And the last one, really like this. This is going to Mark in Ontario. And so I can only assume Mark has been in quite direct contact with the sales team. So there's certain things that we can configure on the 3D builder and certain things that we can't. Just because of how the 3D builder is put together, it doesn't allow us really to be able to choose different carbon colors from the back and the sides. You can do a colored veneer, and then you can do the carbon on the back, but the carbon color is designed to be all one. But we can do different things. So if you have an idea in mind, run it by us, and if it is possible, we'll let you know and we'll accommodate. We can't do everything, but there is certain things that we can configure slightly different to make it work for you. So this is amber burst over or vibrant weave on the top. So vibrant weave combination on the top with the amber burst. I love that, it looks fantastic. But the back and sides is a black carbon. So I'm not sure we've done that before, doing half and half, but it makes a lot of sense. We might have to think about whether or not we can find a way to configure that on the 3D builder, but that's a very clever choice and I think it looks amazing. So, Mark, congratulations on that design idea. I think it worked really well. It executes beautifully. We've got black dots on the fretboard. Again, you'll hear me talking about how much I like the black inlays on the black carbon fretboard, and fells on the 12th fret on that personalization. High vibe pickup system again, and yeah, I love that. So that's a great way to finish. And you know, it's been so exciting in the last few years. In 2016, we made the decision to move from selling through our stores to going and selling direct only. And that was the best thing we ever did, because what it did was it changed from us building guitars for stores, and generally the most generic thing we could build, to building guitars for individuals. So every person that we build a guitar for is an individual. We get to know you, we get to know your needs, we get to build something that is exactly what you want. You get to choose the colors and the finishes. And so we're not trying to persuade you to buy any specific color or finish. We just want you to buy an emerald and we'll build it whatever way you want. And that's what's led to the great variety that we have and has brought us to where we are now. And so over the last few days, we've been on that countdown towards guitar 10,000. Last night, guitar number 9,997 were sold, 9,998 were sold, I think maybe this morning. And I'm holding on to guitar number 9,999 for a special project. And we're just about to go now and assign guitar number 10,000. So come with me. So guys, this is the time. So take a run on around here and see what I'm doing. So I'm sitting here at Anthony's desk. Anthony's our production manager, and this is where we have our Planning Plus software. This is the screen that we use to plan all our work. All the little colored blocks on here are different processes that everybody in the team are doing on a daily basis, and we have a module on here where we log all our guitars. So so just going through and having a look at some things here, and I finished the very first guitar in July, I think, of 1998, and by the 3rd of January 2019 we had built our 5,000th guitar. So so it took 21 years to get to the first 5,000, and that was a Ballard bass. Went to Ron, and here we are just 5 years later. So 21 years to sell the first 5,000. 5 years later we have sold and reached the serial number 10,000. So what we're going to do is if we come over here and we're going to click new. So this is how we create a new serial number. We click new and it is serial number 9,999, and that is a guitar that I am keeping for myself. It's going to be for an Alistair custom project. Okay, and that is going to be just something unusual. What that's going to be, I don't know, but it's going to be some special, unusual, custom fantasy project that is yet to be decided. And I thought, well, we're going to save that number 9,999 for that. Got a couple ideas in mind, but it has to be something that will at the end of the day be able to stand out there as, you know, as good as the Ultra Guitar or Bahamut, or so. I'm putting my my neck on the block and deciding to build something like that this year, but that's going to happen. So that is 9,999. Now it is time. 10,000. So that is a very significant milestone. So what we normally do in here is we go in and we put all the details for custom build in, and what we are going to do is we don't have the name for a customer because that is going to be somebody who's going to win that guitar, and I'll just put in my name in here, Alistair Custom. Now I've been thinking really long and hard about what I want to do for Guitar 10,000, and we've been asking you guys to send me in ideas, and there's been so many different ideas sent in. It's been really tough to try and work out what I should build, and in the end of it I started to think back a lot of our history, and that's really where this is coming from. So what I thought is the very first guitar that I ever made, or the very first guitar I ever put a serial number on, I should say, was the X10. So thinking about it a lot, the X10 is a really special guitar to me. It's a guitar that has serial number 1 on it. We're going to bring you the story of serial number 1 and that very special X10 and how it was lost for a while and we managed to find it again. So we're going to bring you that story very soon. But that guitar was an X10. And 10,000 X10 seems right that I should build an X10. So we are going to put an X10 in here, and I'm on the fence of whether it should be an X10 or an X10 Slimline, but I think I'm going to go for an X10. Might change that idea, but it's going to be an X10 or an X10 Slimline. It really is quite momentous to me to see that number come up. We don't have every single guitar in this software in our archive. We started using this archive at around about, I think, 3,500. So there's things that we don't have full records for in some of the earlier guitars, but we have everything since. And yeah, to have that date come up, it's really special. So thanks for watching, thanks for being part of it, and keep watching. Make sure you do subscribe, because over the next few months we're going to really step it up in terms of what we're going to be showing you. I am trying to get myself out of the office again, get right back into production and doing custom work again. I want to get my hands dirty, I want to get my hands back in tools, and I want to make sure you guys can watch that and see that and get inspired by that. So we're going to build this guitar, we're going to build Guitar 10,000 together, we're going to build Guitar 9,999 together. And I'm not going to film it, but what I'm going to do now is I'm also going to reserve 10,001 to 10,012 for some other special projects. Now they're not all going to be made just by me, but they're going to be special projects that we're going to make here as the Team Emerald. And the idea is that we're going to build, you know, guitars that maybe we're not really offering as normal day-to-day custom builds. So there's some opportunities there. If you're thinking about a really interesting 4-string, give me a call. We might do something for 10,004. If you've got an interesting idea for a 5-string, talk to me about 10,005, and so on up to 12-string for 10,012. So that's the concept. I'm not sure what 10,001 is going to be. I think we did joke about maybe we should build a new guitar for brushy 1-string for 10,001. So brushy 1-string, if you're listening, I'd love to build you a guitar. So we're going to have some fun with this. We're going to build some really cool guitars right the way from 9,999 to 10,012. So if you buy a guitar today, you're going to be getting somewhere in the region of 10,013 and up. So that's where we're at. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being part of Emerald Guitars history, and keep watching, keep subscribing. I'll see you soon.